Hey everybody, I'm live. This is James from the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Look, we used to do these things called the Comic Weekend Reviews, where we talk about all the comics we were currently reading, but we don't have any time. So I figured, why not just on Wednesdays, after either I'm done at the comic shop or while I'm waiting for the boys to get off school, why not just show you the comics that I pick up each week, and kind of explain what we're reading. That sound pretty good? It's raining out right now, so hopefully you guys aren't hearing too much pitter-patter on the roof of my car. Okay, so each week I pick up the boys at least one comic each. Sorry, I got a little scab on my thumb because I was doing yard work this weekend. So each week I pick up at least one comic for each of the boys, and sometimes a comic for Gracie too. She's too young to read, but she likes to look at the pictures. So I pick up at least one comic each, and then I sometimes get a couple extra things if there's the cheapy reprints, or how do you see the talk? Top chat, live chat. I want to do live chat. There we go. And who's this? Who's watching? Can it show who's watching? I don't know, but it says one person's watching. So I like to try and get the cheapy ones, like the reprint books, and at least one regular comic for them each. Now their tastes are pretty varied between the two of them. Some of the things they like the same, and others, it's pretty far off from each other. Blaze really likes the Aliens books, and he likes Wolverine, Rocketeer, sometimes some Hellboy stuff. Keaton really likes Venom, so pretty much anything that has Venom in it, he's down for. And the Turtles, the animated versions or the crossovers with Batman. So that's what he's into right now. But neither of those books came in this week, so I had to kind of go off the track a little bit and get Keaton an older issue that I missed before, and then some reprint stuff. So here's what I got. In case you're watching this not live, right now it's Wednesday, May 16th at about 2:30. 2:30, like the dentist. Wednesday, May 16th, 2018 at 2:30. Yeah, so here's what's in the bag. First of all, I've been picking up a lot of these True Believers X-Men reprints they've been doing. Actually, we've picked up a lot of the True Believers reprints in general. We love these because they're only $1 each. So I pick up 2 copies of each one for each one of them. This time around, there's True Believers #1, Wolverine Fatal Attractions. And I think this is the reprint of the one where he loses the adamantium, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back and look here. Yeah. So, sorry to spoil that for you, but this comic is way old, so hopefully that wasn't too much of a spoiler. Looks like this is maybe 2 issues in here, unless they did the title sequence later on. Yeah, they may have. And I remember this series, they used to have, all the Fatal Attractions had these really cool hologram covers. There was one with Wolverine, there was one with Gambit, there was one with Magneto. There was an X-Factor, I think, that had Havoc on it. What's up, Alphatron? What's going on, dude? So I really liked this series when it first came out, and I don't know if the boys have ever read any of Fatal Attractions. If anybody's read it, it's Blaze, because Blaze really likes all the X-Men books. So that is the first pickup. 2 of those, 1 for each one of them. Put those over there. Sorry about my messy car. The next one is True Believers #1, Wolverine, The Dying Game. And I think this reprints like the last story before the Age of Apocalypse happened, if I remember right. I think that's what this reprints. It's been a long time since I read that book, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what this reprints. And at only $1, well, I'll take a chance on any of these. If you're watching this live, I know Alpha Tryon is, and you throw out a chat message, I'll see it, and I'll know if you're watching or not. If you guys have any questions or anything as I'm going along, feel free to ask them. So this is the other pickup from the True Believers series today. I believe this is the only 2 True Believers that came in, was this Dying Game and the Fatal Attractions ones. Now, as far as the books I actually paid for, this one came out today, Captain America 702. Blaze has been reading this. I read the first few of these. This is the Mark Waid run. Hey, what's up, John Rhodes? So I really liked this at first. It was, I think Samney was doing the art with him. I think it was Mark Waid doing the writing and Samney did the art when I was reading it. And at first I really liked it because it was kind of coming back, bringing Cap back after the whole stupid Hydra thing. And he was going across the country and kind of, you know, reestablishing himself as the Cap everybody knows and loves. But then they did this like future jump storyline where he was in the future after getting frozen, and I lost interest. Blaze kept reading it, and he's still reading it, but I don't know if he's going to read it much past this issue, because every time he reads it, he's like, yeah, that wasn't very good. So I'll see what he feels about this issue, but this may be his final of the Marvel Cap run. I also don't really like how they went back to the old numbering on all their books, and now they're already going back to new numbering again. So a lot of the books have a new numbering, and then they have the old numbering underneath it. It's like you just went back to the old numbering, and now you're right back to doing the whole #1 issue again. I'm sure this one will get it soon. Now that it's already gone past 700 and they've got the anniversary issue out of the way, I'm sure it's going to go and have a new #1 soon, if they haven't already announced it. So, that is Blaze's book for today. Keaton, I had to kind of go off the track here because he didn't have any of the books that he currently is reading this week. So I had to go back and pick up this Batman Ninja Turtles 2 number 6 of 6, which we hadn't picked up when it first came out because there were already all these other books he was getting, and I can't afford to buy like 15 books for each one of them every week. So that week, I'm pretty sure that this came out. He had already got Venomized and maybe Venom, and I think maybe another book came out that week too, because he's also reading that Ursus Planet of the Apes series, so maybe that came in too. So this one has been sitting in my little stack at the shop, waiting for a week where he didn't have something else for me to go and pick it up. He's loved all these Batman Turtles series so far. Even though this one's called Batman Turtles 2, this is actually, I think, the 3rd series, because the second one was a crossover of the animated universe. So, yeah, this cover art is great, John. I love it, too. And I believe the interior's by the same person, if I'm not mistaken. Freddie Williams II. Yeah, like, the interiors are really nice, too, on this book. And I think this is the same guy that did the first one. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same guy that did the art on the interior. Yeah, it's really cool art. I agree, Alpha. So he reads these books, and he really likes them so far. I think the first one, they had this thing where they kind of mutated a lot of the Batman villains. And it might have been this series. I can't remember. He was telling me all about that, and he really enjoyed that. I can't show all of it because I don't want to copyright strike or something. But really cool, and this is the final issue, so he'll be pretty excited to finish off this series. And that is the last pickup for them. As far as me, I don't have anything this week. I've really trimmed down on the books I buy. I'll show you what I'm currently reading. What I usually do is when I come here to pick them up from school, I sit here and I read a comic. So I'm rereading all of the IDW Ghostbusters run right now in trade form. And I'm on volume 3 currently. This is Haunted America, where they're kind of traveling across America in this big Ecto RV and, you know, fighting ghosts. So that's what I'm reading currently. As far as other books that I'm picking up at the shop for myself right now, I think maybe Ghostbusters is the only one I'm consistently buying. I don't get Answer the Call because I'm not interested in that. Yeah, you need to get to reading those. This is a really, really good series. I have not been disappointed by any of the Ghostbusters series from IDW because they did like I think it was 18 issues at first, and the second run was maybe 21 issues, and then they've done intermittent like a mini-series type things. They did International, and then they did 101, and I think that they're on Crossing Over currently is the current series. But I really like the writing, and I like the art. Eric Burnham it does the writing, and Danny Schoening does the art on a lot of the different series. I think Eric Burnham does all the writing, and Danny Schoening does most of the art on most of the series they do. And some people say he's an acquired taste, but I really like his style. It's unique, but at the same time, it's very consistent with itself. And I like the way that the characters look, the way he draws them. Blaze has read the Back to the Future comics, and he really liked them at first, but he kind of trailed off. I don't really know why he trailed off, but I think Eric Burnham writes those too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why he trailed off, though. Maybe because he just had other books to buy, and it became less of a priority. But I don't remember him ever saying that he was disappointed in the Back to the Future books. I think he always liked them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He also reads Big Trouble in Little China. That's another one that Blaze really, really likes. The Old Man Jack series, I think is what it's called right now. Right? Yeah. So he reads back to that, Big Trouble in Little China, any Alien books that come out. He's reading Hunt for Wolverine, because he really likes Wolverine a lot. And There's nothing DC for any of us. All three of us, there's nothing we're currently picking up that's DC Comics. Which I hear a lot of people say that DC's gotten a lot better since the New 52 thing ended. But I personally haven't picked any up. I did pick up Action Comics 1000. I haven't read that yet, but I did pick that up because it looked like it had some interesting art in it. But as far as right now, I'm really focused on rereading this entire run from the beginning again. So that's my most exciting comics right now. Yeah, so that's the update as far as the comics we're getting this week. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll do this every week. This is really easy. I just pull out my phone and show you the books that we're reading and kind of give you a rundown of where they're at. It'll be fun to see which ones trail off too. Like if Blaze comes out and reads this Captain America and goes, no more of this, then you won't see any more Captain America. Yeah. So if you liked it and you watched this not live, give it a thumbs up, and that way I know you liked it. Leave a comment afterwards and let me know if you want me to keep doing these. Or leave me a comment and say, hey, don't do these anymore because we don't really like them. Right? All right, well, this has been fun. So, see you guys. I think you hit this X button to stop. Right? Yeah, it was cool with the live feed. Hey, it was cool with the live feed. And it's always cool to see comments from you, Alpha, man, because you comment everywhere, and that's really nice. And I really like seeing your feedback. So, thanks for watching it, dude. And thanks for sitting in my car, my messy car with me, guys. So this made the wait for them to get out of school a little bit easier. All right. I'm going to turn it off. I wish I could see who was all watching so I could say goodbye to you guys. Right? Can you see? What button do you hit? Does anybody know what button you hit? Share. Enable flash. No, don't do that. I could flip the camera. I don't want to do that because that's weird. Cancel this. I guess you just can't. You just can't see who's all watching when you watch it. The most you can do is just say, hey, give a shout out, and I'll say, I'm watching this. But, yeah. Okay, so that was the pickups. See you guys next week. All right, bye.